Okay, this video is going to be my EDC pocket dump. And for those of you who don't know, EDC stands for everyday carry. So these are just the items, the gear that I'm carrying with me every day to help my day go by easier. Now, obviously, everyone's EDC is going to be different depending on your age, your gender, what you do for a living, what you do for hobbies. So, yeah, there's a million YouTube videos on EDC, and I'm going to admit I'm a sucker for those videos. I could watch those all day. Now be warned, I'm not doing anything particularly exciting other than talking about the crap I carry every day, so you might be bored. So it's going to be a very polarizing video, just heads up. Okay, let's start with the main basic everyday things that everyone carries. My phone, I'm recording with my phone, and that's an iPhone 5C. It's my first smartphone ever. I'm used to flip phones. I like the simplicity and the toughness of a flip phone, but I'm liking the new phone. I mean, I'm recording with it now, so I wouldn't be making videos without it. Other than that, I have keys, just basic keys. Everyone has them. Everyone needs them. The only thing different is I have out of the ordinary here is I have this P38 can opener, just a military can opener I got for like $1 at a surplus store. So whether you're homeless or you're a teenager that just moved into their first apartment, whatever the case may be, it's always good to have a can opener with you, and just have it on your keys and you forget about it. Right there. Something else that's quite mundane, my wallet, basic wallet. Everyone, once again, this is something that everybody carries regardless. The only thing I have outside of the ordinary here is I have this survival card tool that my boss from work gave to me, and it's really cool. It's really nifty. It has a serration right here. It has a can opener, bottle opener, a bladed side right here, and yeah, I mean, there's several tools. I don't use it often, but I'll use it every once in a while. Plus, it's a great scraper for a fire steel. And yeah, that's about it with that. Okay, what else? Paracord bracelet. This always goes here. You can see the damn tan line. So this is just rope in case, now obviously I always have cordage in my backpack, but just in case, once again, it's one of those things you just clip on and you forget all about it. So it's not a big burden. So paracord. Watch goes on my right wrist. Simple, basic Timex Expedition watch. No, nothing too fancy. I like the colors. I don't know if you know me or not. I really stick to earth tones, blues, grays, browns, greens. I mean, you can see right here. This pretty much just gives you the idea of my taste. So it might be a little boring, but I like it. Just it's falling apart on me here. The leather it's falling apart. So this might be gone soon. Okay, lip balm. Now, lip balm's one of those things that, it's so mundane, everyday thing, just for your lips. But there's so many uses to a chapstick. And in time I'll make a video because you could use this for so many things. If you have a cut and say you scrape your hand, now, obviously if you lost a finger, that's not going to help. But if you have a small cut, you could just rub some on just to keep particles away. You don't want to risk infection. So, just try to keep things out of the wound. Also, you can lube up your blade to keep away corrosion, let's say if you're in a wet environment, so I'll eventually make a video on that. Okay, another item is my cotton bandana. I always carry a cotton bandana on me, and there's a very overlooked item. Now, this always goes in my left pocket, my left ass pocket, and you forget it's gone. It's not, something large burden, and it comes in handy. For example, that burn at work, I gotta change lights, and sometimes on the roof, and they're 100-watt lights, so I obviously don't want to burn my fingers. This will come in handy while I remove the light bulbs. What else? Hygiene, whether you're wiping sweat off your face on a hot day, or sneezing into it, or cleaning your hands after you've been yard work or working on a vehicle, whatever the case may be, whether it's first aid or making charcloth to help make fire. A cotton bandana has so many uses, and it doesn't weigh anything, so always have my blue cotton bandana. Then I wear, if you know me, I don't wear t-shirts. So I always wear long button-up work shirts, and this always goes on my chest pocket. Now this is a notepad and a pen, obviously, and I use this for everything, whether it's just objectives for the week or ideas. I'm kind of a creative guy, so there's a Batman sketch, the Christian Bale Batman. So yeah, I mean, just ideas for whether I'm making a video or, you know, I make my own comic books, so a lot of times there's going to be designs for things or dialogue, Jurassic Park, T-Rex. So yeah, I got this concept from Jack Kerouac, the writer, and I always do this. I've been doing this for about 2 years, just carrying a notepad, and you know, just it always helps out. It helps you become more progressive, more organized, and it, you know, whether you have, you know, if you're a creative guy, it helps you with ideas and such. So I never leave home without this. Okay, now for the more interesting stuff. This is my ferrocerium rod. Now you guys know what a ferrocerium rod. You go ahead and just scrape this with, you know, the back of your knife or something, and it'll make sparks. It helps make fire. So this is the large Self-Reliance Outfitters 6-inch ferrocerium rod. Great stuff, and I got this leather sheath made for it. It's just a sheath, just fits right in, and then with the paracord, I go ahead and put this around my neck like a necklace, and then just button it underneath my shirt, so it's, you know, it's out of view, and always have ferrocerium rod. This is paramount when practicing self-reliance. You should always have more than one ways to make fire, but this is honestly, it's the most reliable. So my ferrocerium rod. Now for my belt knife. Now this is the Condor Kephart knife. Condor company always makes some beautiful sheaths, beautiful leather sheaths, and I mean, it has a couple scratches here and there, but you know, still gets the job done. Still very nice looking. Now this is my belt knife, and I carry this every day. Now this is perfectly legal. A lot of people think this is not legal in Texas. Yes, it is, as long as the blade is less than 5 inches and it's not double bladed. So yeah, this is fine as long as you're not out causing trouble. Okay, so this is 1075 high carbon steel. Full flat grind, full tang, which means that the blade goes all the way. It's basically one big slab of metal with handles on it. And I really like this. I really like this knife. Now, when I first got it, it came with some black coating on it to supposedly protect it from rust and corrosion, and I thought it looked hideous. So I went ahead and modified that. I ended up sanding off the whole black coating. I like this better. It does look far more historical, better looking to resembling the original Kephart knife. So I carry this every time I'm out bushcrafting or fishing, whatever the case may be. I also filed this spine a bit. Now, it does come with the 90-degree spine to strike a ferro rod, but it wasn't too good, so I went ahead and just filed it with the metal file. And yeah, so this is my knife that I carry every day. Now this is my belt pouch. This always goes on my left side. I'm sorry, right side of my belt. I got this magazine pouch at a military surplus store just for like $10, and I like because I like these sides that you can attach things to. This has 3 things. One is this cheapy ferrocerium rod, same thing as this, just smaller. This is just $5 at Dick's Sporting Goods, and I broke it the first time I used it. It's not very high quality, but it still gets the job done. So I just put tape and then this pen cap, and that way it just goes in here, and I always have it handy. On this side, I have a streamlight microstream C4 flashlight, and this flashlight always handy. I mean, look how small it is. It's very lightweight. It shoots 35 lumens, and it just, you know, just works on a AAA battery. And it's a really cool flashlight. It always comes in handy a lot more often than you think, whether you're out doing bushcraft outdoors things, or you're just, you know, doing things around the house or getting home from work, whatever the case may be. So yeah, this is my flashlight, and I really like this clip. If you notice this clip, it has like a pen clip you can put on your jeans or a pocket, but it also has this other clip over here. So let's say you're wearing a hat, for example. This is my hat right here. Let's say you need to use both hands and it's dark outside. You can just go ahead and attach it to your hat, and there you go. There's my hat right there. Go ahead and just power this on, and there you go. You could use both hands. So I really like that option right there. So yes, this always goes on this side. Okay, and now for my Swiss Army knife. And I love this knife. I think everyone should carry some form of Swiss Army knife or another. They're just so handy. This is the Victorinox one-handed trekker. It's called the one-handed trekker because it's just that easy to open it. You just use your thumb. And yeah, I love this knife. This is once again, one-handed. Now, I'm not a big fan of the serrations in the chisel grind, which means you see how the edge is right there, but on this side it's just flat. I'll get to that later. But it has a can opener. It has a small flathead screwdriver. Over here we have a large flathead screwdriver. And this can also double as a cap lifter, and I use this a lot while I'm changing lights. I need to lift a piece of, a plate of glass so I can change the light beneath it. I use this quite often. A bottle opener, and a wire stripper. I've never used a wire stripper. And I did file this side down just so it can help make sparks from ferro rod. So that's 4 tools in just that one side. It has a small handsaw. Now, I'll admit I don't use this saw often. We live in the desert. There's not much to saw down. But whenever I do go, let's say, New Mexico or Arizona, this will come in handy. Okay, what else? Phillips screwdriver. An awl. And an awl comes in... It's just so versatile. Whether you're just punching holes through leather... let's say on a belt, or just punching holes, let's say trying to carve a hole through a piece of wood, and I've done that while making rat traps, so this really comes in handy. Well, we have a toothpick. I don't use this much, but toothpick and tweezers. Now this does come in handy. Well, let's say you have, when you're outdoors, especially out here in the desert, you're going to get thorns, you're going to get stickers of some sort or another, so this always helps out. Okay, and yes, this is the Victorinox one-handed trekker. This is actually issued to both the actual Swiss Army and to the German Army. It's called their version's called the Victorinox Soldier, and it's just green scales that don't have the toothpick or the tweezers. But I mean, this knife is used if 2 armies are using it. It just shows how versatile and how useful this tool is. Once again, the only problem I do see with this blade, I don't like those serrations. They're difficult to sharpen and they can bend sometimes through hard work. Also the chisel grind, the fact that it's only sharp on this side and over here it's flat. So in order to remedy that, this is the knife that I use, this pocket knife I use out in the city. But let's say if I'm going to go for an extended period of time out in the wilderness for bushcraft or whatever, I actually have a second one. Now this is the exact same model called the trekker, but this is the classic trekker. This doesn't open with one hand. This is the classic spear point full flat grind design. Full flat grind. So this, if I wanted to gut some trout or carve some feather sticks, carve wood, anything like that, this comes in handy. Now I'll admit I've never used this. I barely got this last week, but I can switch these out in my pouch if needed. Depends on where I'm going, but yeah, I think everyone should have some sort of Swiss Army or another. There's a million models out there, so there's something for everyone. And now for the last of my EDC. This might be a bit much, but I like to play it safe. These are my boots. I carry these boots every day. I'm not that kind of guy that wears his cowboy boots once a month. I carry these every day. And on this side, I happen to have a Mora Classic #1. I just attached it with paracord. Now, this isn't the original sheath for this knife. The original sheath is very flimsy. I didn't care for it, so I just replaced it with a Self-Reliance Outfitters sheath. And this is just my backup knife. And you can see that it has a bit of a patina to it from, gutting fish and such. But Scandi grind, so Scandinavian grind, just a very classic, just good little knife. Not my main knife. I try not to use it too much just because I like to keep it very sharp, and I like to use it mainly only for emergencies. So I always have a emergency cutting tool in case of anything. This is just playing it safe, and I might be a bit paranoid, but that's what I have over here. And on my left boot, I happen to have a lighter, and I have it orange for just in case, low visibility. I always have it there, and it's attached by Velcro. So this I have constantly attached. I've never used this. I never moved this. In case it's been more than about 3 or 4 months, then I'll remove it and add a new one, just in case, the fuel has been evaporating or whatever, but always to have attached. And on this side, I actually do have a lighter that I can go ahead and remove from the ear, and that's you know, whether I'm smoking a cigarette or, you know, just for emergency, any sort of emergency, I always have my lighter right here. So yeah, this is the one I remove. This one never is removed unless it's, I feel like it's already kind of growing expired. And yeah, and my knife. So there's my EDC. And sure, I would love to see you guys, like, what you guys are carrying. I love these videos. So I understand some of you might have been bored. Some of you might have, hopefully you guys picked up the interest in this, or you guys want to show me what you guys have, what you guys carry every day. So I'd really like to check that out. Well, thank you for watching.